focuses on scoring mainly, and it's Spider Infected is one of the faster extracts, so that is where you would find the incentive for him to play that, scoring out the game as fast as possible, preferably in 4 rounds, possibly even faster. Demons, however, is a slower one, so might make it slightly harder for him to end the game sooner than round 4, but we will definitely see.
Okay, so I've just
there appears to be some problem with the stream.
Yeah, I fixed it. Don't worry. I just had the holding image up too long, but we fixed it. The threat they picked was 19. It was either 19 or 17, and I've been told it's 19 today. And we're playing on a PAT map. It's Demons, appropriately named Demons Downtown. That's a nice coincidence. Let's take a look at this map. I've just heard them drop down the crises, so we can take a look at that at the same time. All right, here's the map for tonight. Ooh, look at this huge building, size 5 building here at the top of the board. Size 2 car, size 3 ambulance, size 2 car. This looks like a size 4 truck, size 2 dumpster, size 3 Daily Bugle, size 2 dumpster, size 2 car, or wreck car size 2, and size 2. So fair amount of size 2, a couple of size 1s here on the edges here. Not a lot of small terrain. Actually, the small terrain all seems to be along this one edge here on the right-hand side.
Yeah, and it's a bit hard to see some of the pieces because they have the same color as the floor.
Yeah.
This is a very classic map and also fitting to the theme of Demons Downtown.
Yeah, it's amazing. So for everybody at home, the demons, which are, you score 1 point, but if you're within one of them, you also get incinerated. And you're constantly incinerated. It comes in on the cleanup, the power phase. So even if you flip, for instance, and remove it, the next round, you get reignited on these portals. And they're right down the middle here, in the middle of the board. Spider Infected are here at the top left, right, one dead center, and bottom left, bottom right. And Spider Infected, they're also worth 1 each. You can only hold 1. And the big thing about them is that during the power phase, starting with a player with priority, you roll 1 die for each character holding them. If the result is a crit, wild, or hit, essentially an attack success, the opposing player gets to advance that character short.
Right.
And so you were saying, sorry, about Sam liking this one so much.
Yeah, Jacob Deaton is well known for playing Avengers in a scoring manner, going for the control line of plays, trying to score out as fast as possible, which explains his choice of Spider Infected.
Right, it's the volume.
It's the volume of extracts, and it's also slightly awkward for teams with that want to go more attrition heavy, because the downside of the Spider Infected is that if you're holding it, you might accidentally get moved advanced short in the power phase by the opponent. So that can, in a worst case scenario, effectively work as a stagger for the opponent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Now,
so Deaton, so you're saying Deaton's going to be, you're predicting he'll be going for a scoring match, where Suzume Kazo is probably going for a violence approach.
That would be my working hypothesis. Yes.
Right. Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. Oops. All right. Before we get the game started, let us talk about beverages. I was super lucky in that I found a whole bunch of Belgian beers in the supermarket I was shopping
those are my favorites.
Yeah, me too. This is a Petrus Double, which doubles are my typical favorite. 7% ABV. 33%, and I've got a 33%, good lord, 330 milliliters, and I got a special glass. It's not quite the proper Belgian style glass, but it'll suit so that I can get all the beautiful aromas from the maltiness, the malty goodness that's in this bottle.
Fantastic.
What do you have today?
I have my precious last drops of Glenfiddich single malt 12-year-old.
Yes, good choice. Really good choice. Oh, look at this, guys. Oh, my goodness. Look
I'm
at that.
probably going to have to move into other brands over the course of the game.
Okay, yeah, we'll see what kind of game it is. But look at how chocolatey brown that head is on this beer. Oh my goodness.
Mm,
Oh yeah, bananas,
I can almost feel the taste from here.
cloves. Mmm, wonderful. Yeah, Kronstall. If I highly recommend Belgian beers. They are amazing, and they have such a huge variety of tastes and things. The one thing you have to be careful of is they're uniformly very high alcohol. So don't approach them like
Yeah.
you do most lagers, or else you'll be on the floor before you know
Also
it.
with a slightly fruity taste.
Yes, yeah, sometimes,
Uh,
sometimes.
Slightly sweeter, which makes them quite easy to imbibe.
Yeah, yeah. Also, another tip is I like to drink them uh not terribly cold, not icy cold for sure, and not even like refrigerator cold,
Mm.
because the flavors don't open up as much. You get much more richer experience if it's just below room temperature. Hmm. Same with whiskey. I don't understand people who drink whiskey on ice. That blows my mind.
No, that's blasphemy.
I know.
So the players are taking their time building their squads. Do we have a points value?
19. 19.
A threat level 19.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
all right.
Big.
So will be interesting to see if we get to meet the Hulk. Maybe even two.
Yeah, it could be two. Oh, I hope Immortal Hulk comes out. It'd be so fun to see a
Yeah,
perf-
I would. I expect we shall meet the immortal Hulk tonight, and
Ransom Demand. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
possibly also the old version.
Yeah,
So
I
maybe
know
a
it would be
Hulk on
great to
Hulk.
see both.
Yeah.
Ransom Demand mentions putting a drop of water into whiskey to get the best aromas. You are 100% right. I mean, not
Yep.
always. Some of the more mainstream type ones are fine, I think, to drink on their own. But always experiment when you have a whiskey bottle at home, and just a couple drops. Actually, I call it a splash. You splash it, and it can phenomenally change the taste. Sometimes for the worse, but more times than not for the better.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So good choice
I've
there.
heard a generalization that it's. I don't know if it's true that if you that only works with single malts,
Uh,
not blended, but I can't really see a logical reason for that to be the case. But
Agree.
I'm not a chemist, so
I don't think so either. But let me give you an example. So I like, as a blended kind of baseline scotch, I like Monkey Shoulder. Have you had Monkey Shoulder?
I have not.
Oh, definitely get it. Definitely get it. Really tasty, just straight though. I put a splash of water in it like I usually do, and in fact, I did it first, and it was terrible. It really tasted like
Mm.
off and diluted, not good at all. And then I tried it neat, and it was fantastic.
Hmm.
But most other like single malts in particular, like the higher end ones, I feel all of them benefit from. Like another good one is there's a Irish whiskey called Teelings. Teelings single. I like single grain, but they also have single malt, and that definitely needs a splash of water, or else it doesn't taste good. All right, let's take a look at Deaton's first, since we know pretty well, and he ended
No
up.
Hulks.
Oh, oh, Iron Man, Crimson Dynamo. That makes sense. Down the middle, Crimson Dynamo is a boss. Core Widow, Core One Widow, Widow One, Luke Cage, Beta Ray Bill naturally, and Sam. So he's playing his Avengers. Mission objective: Helios, Heroes for Hire, Brace for Impact, and Adventures Assemble. All very good cards, but very standard. No surprises. Then 6 wide, somebody points out. Who is that? Sorry. Yeah, Ransom. Thank you. 6 wide. That's very interesting. Good point. Then Suzume from Canada, the Sasquatch from Canada, is playing Dr. Voodoo. He's a colleague of mine from graduate school. Wong, Sexy Strange. That's nice. Beta Ray Bill, no surprise there. And Nick Fury. Hello. He's playing Convocation though. He's got Plane of Poldock. This is where
Yep.
you may reroll any number of attack dice when making mystic attacks against the targeted enemy. Patch up. Ironbound Books. This is where you can use your mystic defense against physical attacks. fallback,
Correct.
and brace for impact. So the cards are
Also
interesting.
note
Yeah.
that since he's bringing grunts, he has a good chance of recycling the Ironbound books multiple times over the course of the game, because that is a card that returns every time one of your characters get KO'd, and that includes grunts.
Right. And somebody, what I keep saying somebody, Ransom mentioned that Deaton is 6 wide, but with the grunts, so is Suzume Kazo. But yeah, no Hulks, no Malekiths, no Thanos. People are happy about that.
For
I
sure.
actually don't
But
know.
I do have to say that I know there is a lot of uh, bad feelings about Malekith at the moment, but I cannot deny that last season's final was one of the best. With
Absolutely.
Malekith versus X-Men. It's easy to stare oneself blindly at his Alpha Strike,
Sure.
but if you can just weather it out and try to claw onto the straws, and then you can really swing back and just never give up, because it's never over. And that was certainly proven during that final. And I hope we get to see similar levels of drama here.
Similar levels of drama. Love it. I was interested to find out what you thought about these tactics cards, because you used to play Convocation quite a bit. And this is an interesting combination of characters. I haven't seen this kind of grouping before, particularly with the shield character in there.
Yeah, it's turned up at times. In the beginning, Electra sometimes found her way into Convocation rosters, because she has grunts that can commit suicide and thus recycle Ironbound books on command. But that also falls true for Red Skull, Master of Hydra, Red Skull 2.
Right.
And he is even better tailed to work well with Convocation. However, I did not see him in Suzume's roster.
No.
Which is very interesting, because Red Skull both has grunts that can commit suicide and recycle the books. They come back automatically. And also, he really, really loves getting extra dice from Baron Mordo, given the fact that he can count blanks with his filler attack.
Well, I'm super glad that you're streaming with me tonight, because not only were you a fantastic Convocation player for a time, you were also a great Shield player. So although this is not Shield, you know how Nick Jr. works with his grunts. So it'd be fantastic to see you comment on what Suzume Kazo does.
Yep. It's usually you see in Shield, you bring Nick Fury for his Eye in the Sky recycling card, but that has not been brought by Suzume Kazo, obviously because he's not playing Shield. So I expect him to use Nick Fury quite aggressively to pick up extracts as fast as possible, and force Deaton to kill the grunts to bring back the Ironbound books multiple times over the course of the game.
Let's look at the lineup here. So Suzume's got Dr. Voodoo straight down the middle. On the left flank here towards the top is Sexy Strange, followed by Beta Ray Bill hiding behind this fire truck. On the right-hand side is Nick Fury, then Wong, then the SHIELD agents. Meanwhile, Deaton is very tightly packed in the middle. He's got Crimson Dynamo right down the middle. On the right flank is Beta Ray Bill, Sam Wilson, and Iron Man. On the left is Luke Cage, and slightly further afield is Black Widow here. And the clock has started, so we are underway.
I would not be surprised to see there it is, a very early aggressive move by Suzume for grabbing Deaton's left spider southeast from our point of view. Let's also we should also a public service announcement. Suzume Kazo is the master of wonky measuring. He knows all measurements, using measurement tools in various creative ways.
Right.
So do not be surprised if you see him putting out unexpected gadgets over the course of the game. For instance, the range 4 there. The shield agents do not have a range 4 attack.
Mhm.
So obviously that range 4 symbolizes him knowing that range 4 represents some other range.
Interesting.
That,
Gotcha. So this is what you expected. You expected him to go for the opposing spider.
Yep.
Okay. Real quick, how disgusting. Welcome to the show. You're asking about the new range rule that has a flat side and pushes and throws. Yes, we think the understanding is that you would have to throw or move the model such that the base kind of ends on the flat edge, directly flat edge of the tool. And so it does mean throw and push distances are slightly longer because the flat edge now of the tool is the same as the two little tongs or tines really of the current tools. So, but it's very marginal that I don't think it's going to make a big difference. And some of this probably still needs to be ruled on if it's like not written into the rules properly. I don't know. But that's the difference.
AMG cleverly outmaneuvering any third-party manufacturers of movement tools for a while.
Yeah. So Suzume, he's got the shield agents taking the opponent's agents, and he got Nick Fury Jr. then to go to the middle. He's contesting the middle and also has taken that spider infected. So 2 spider infected already down. Meanwhile,
no Mystique on the table, so that means you can go to the middle.
Good point. Yeah. Deaton's moved Iron Man.
Just one thing of note.
Yeah.
I expect Suzume to be running the Circle of Cosmos leadership with the. Could you just take a look who he has appointed leader? Looks like Sexy Strange.
Sexy Strange, yes, thank you.
With because the Circle of Cosmos leadership makes it so that you. When any of your characters take a damage from an enemy effect, you get to place them within one of their current positions. So that means that you can send a character up to the middle, and if they take damage from a single attack, they get to bounce back slightly to get further out of range from some of the danger threatening from the other side. So that is why Suzume can be a bit more gutsy with Nick Fury.
Good point. Very good point. Iron Man, in the meantime, then moved from the top over to the home spider and then flew back over the ambulance to land here on the flaming portal. He's also within 2 of Luke Cage, I believe, so there's some bodyguard action going on there. Then Suzume moved Wong up to pick up the spider over here on the bottom left and then decided to actually walk him up on top of the roof. Now, he could have gone the other side of this building and be completely out of line of sight, but maybe he wants him nearer to Sexy Strange or something. Not sure.
No, possibly.
And Deaton needs to put a tick mark on Iron Man. And yeah, Wong. Yeah, Wong's good.
So priority is bound to stay with Suzume. Given the fact that Deaton has more characters than him, and also that will affect the positionings that Kazo can do, because he knows that he will be able to activate first next round. For instance, retreating with Yuri and the agents if they should be alive at the time. I almost expected Suzume to be playing Ironbound books already round 1, because the Deaton will be heavily incentivized to try and kill the agents as soon as possible. But
Luke Cage has decided
then again,
oh, you have finished your point. Sorry.
Yeah, that also means that Deaton could like sneakily ignore the agents for the first round and then have the second round without the Ironbound books and try to put the hurt on convocations, otherwise squishy characters.
I'm sure Deaton is taking this into his calculations because that's a very good point. Luke Cage decided to move up into the center, but not be within one of the flaming portals, so he's not being incinerated. Then, meanwhile, Beta Ray Bill moved up and picked up the home spider over there, and then moved into the back points. Again, he's immune to incinerate, so he's a perfect candidate to be sitting on that point.
For sure. Ooh, looks like it's Dynamo that's eyeing to do the deed to the agents.
or Junior.
Quite cleverly so, because Black Widow can easily reach the spider infected out there on the flank if the agents drop it. Thing of note is that one of the most powerful abilities of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is that they have a superpower called Buy You Time, which means that when they get dazed or KO'd, they are the ones that get to put the objective token down on the ground within 2,
right,
not the opponent. So you can throw it away out of reach of your opponent. So they're really, really annoying.
First attack of the game. And Sam Wilson moved up with his long move and then threw his shield at those agents. Got 3 hits. They saved 1, which was a crit. They might have actually lived through this, but the crit didn't roll into another save. And so they are off the table. But as the mighty Huggy Bear just mentioned, they get to throw the token where they want it.
I've been called a lot of things, but never mighty.
The mighty Huggy. Gil DK in the house. Welcome to the chat. Gil, of course, is from Copenhagen and the lead organizer for this year's WTC. He's gotten 32 teams together for this inaugural WTC, and everybody is hype. We've got people coming from the States, all around from Europe, and it's looking to be a great time. So lots of
much hype.
Yeah, so much
hype.
Yeah, absolutely. So good on Gil for putting all that hard work into the event for everybody. The sad thing is that we couldn't get any Canadian teams over in this first time around, but they're all here tonight. So if you're from Canada supporting Suzume from the Sasquatch of MCP, please put a C in the chat. Identify yourself. Let us see how many fans of Canadian descent are with us tonight. Sexy Strange decides to move with his flying ability all the way across the table to pick up the last home spider, which is then all 5 spiders. And you'll note that Suzume's got 3 to 2. So Sexy picked up the one that the shield agents threw back. So you can see the beauty of that strategy, Huggy Bear. He was aggressive with the shield agents, but even when they got killed, they were able to toss the token back and somebody else was picking it up. So there's no really loss for Suzume, and he managed to pick up an opponent's token.
Yeah, I'm under no impression that he expected the shield agents to live through the first round. This is all according to plan.
So who's got the 5th one? I see 4 on the overhead display.
Good question.
Bill,
Luke,
Nick Fury, Bill has one. Sexy Strange. Oh, and Wong.
So there's not the one on Sexy Strange is not showing because he's put it on the leadership card.
Okay, right.
And not on the actual trace. So that's why. That's why.
There we go. Right. So that's amazing for Suzume. He's got 4 out of 5. That's really brutal. All right, so Deaton then decides to activate his Black Widow. Oh, and she's going forward. She moved forward and is now attacking.
She's going to do a pistol shot? Pistol shot?
Against Junior.
That's not something you see every day.
No. 3 damage, and he saves... Why does he save... one?
Cover.
Cover from the car? Okay. Yeah, cover from the car. So he takes 2 damage, and now he's using his leadership ability to move back 1.
Yep. I'm not sure if that gets him out of harm's way from Dynamo's incoming range 4 beam.
Mm.
Certainly not from a beta race lightning bolt or whatever that attack is called. I can't remember.
Mm. Now, I think Suzume passed because Deaton is going again, and it looks like he might be going with the Crimson Dynamo.
That would make sense. Crimson Dynamo likes to position centrally to make himself useful, beaming as many people as possible, and then using his disruption field to re-roll the opponent's attack dice. However, he is usually not too keen on standing within one of the demon portals because he likes to keep his defense up.
Yeah, that's his one thing. He's tanky and he has these crazy beams, and he can help reduce attacks on himself and other people. So he's moved once and decided to not to attack, but move a second time.
Yep. I expect that he's carefully placing outside. No,
Nope.
that looks like he's
He's
within
in.
one. Yep.
Definitely in 1.
Oof. Maybe this is a decision by Deaton that was stressed. He sees that Suzume has picked up 4 of the spiders, so he realizes that he can't give up on the middle just to have Dynamo have better defenses. He needs to do something.
Very good point. 4 spiders to 1 is brutal.
Yep.
Really, really beautiful opening play by Suzume.
Yeah. Blitz.
It's the shield agents, man. Okay, Dr. Voodoo, my old colleague, is moving forward. He is going to contest. He's also immune to Incinerate, so he don't care. And he's going to go ahead and blast Crimson Dynamo, who's got a good Mystic defense, actually, but it's down 1 because it's... Oh, no, it's not incinerated yet, so he's fine. Rolls 2 saves, 3 hits. Looks like he'll take 1 damage.
Yep. Voodoo also has 2 ways of generating power other than doing damage. He gets an extra power if he rolls a skull, and he also has sap power on his builder. So that is also something to consider.
All right. And Deaton's last activation with Beta Ray Bill. Doesn't look like he'll be within range 4, but let's see if he goes for it. He's certainly within range 4 of Nick Fury, though. All right.
So he's going to take his chances. I think he has... I don't know if he has the re-rolls. The Beta Ray Bill has re-roll 2 attack dice against any target or just flying targets.
I think it's flying.
Could you... Yeah, I think so.
I'm almost certain it's flying. That's his thing. Ooh, good hit. 4 hits into 1 save. I don't believe there's any cover. So,
nope.
Yep. So nearly takes him out. He's a 5 out of 6 hit points.
Barely alive.
Yeah.
So he get to bounce back again.
Is that for every attack? I mean, like if, let's say I hit him twice, hit a person.
It's once per turn.
Once per turn. Okay. Rambo Squirrel enjoying our get up. Well, we always have to come through for the finalists. They went through, what is it? 10 games and made it this far, at least winning 9 of those 10 games. So it's a big deal. So bow ties for...
It is.
Yeah.
It deserves respect.
That's it. That's the right word. Okay, so that's the end of the round, and we see then Deaton picking up 3 points for 2 secures and 1 spider, and Suzume getting 5 points by virtue of 4 extracts and the back secure of his. So now we've got the incinerates being turned on to everybody who can be incinerated, and then they're going to be doing the spider infected rolls. So
right.
First one is
very good start for Suzume.
Fantastic. Wong is fine. Remember, we're looking for attack successes here to make them move. Looks like
Yep.
Sexy Strange is next. Sexy Strange has to move. He's going to move short and using the stagger technique that you mentioned earlier, Huggy Bear. Hey,
There has been
yeah.
The fact that Deaton managed to do 5 out of 6 damage to Nick Fury last round somewhat put a pressure on him to activate first, which is unlikely to be a very impactful activation, given the fact that Fury now gets placed suboptimally by Deaton's by the hand of Deaton, and since he's only got 1 stamina left, he can go down really easily. So he needs to run to safety somehow, or get patched up by someone.
So it looks like Beta Ray Bill also failed the roll, so he's going to get quasi staggered. Thank you, Gil, for mentioning that my tie was crooked. Must be the Belgian beer kicking in. All right, so that's
aren't you?
What?
That's the beauty of hand knit bow ties. They're supposed to be a bit crooked. They're not supposed to be symmetrical and straight. They're supposed to have character and personality.
All right, Deaton's Iron Man managed to survive the spider infected, no removing, and now the incinerates go up. So Crimson Dynamo and Iron Man are both incinerated, and the rest don't have to be because they're immune. Fantastic. And Chewy's in the house. Hello, Chewy. Chewy is one of the guest hosts, not guest hosts, one of the co-hosts of the Danger Room podcast.
Regular host.
Yeah, regular hosts, and is I think on his way back home from Gen Con, because this is the reason he couldn't stream. And Deaton, if you don't know already, Deaton is also one of the hosts of the Danger Room. So hopefully you'll have a lot to talk about on Monday when we hear their next episode between Gen Con and the finals. Big show coming up.
Expect nothing less.
Meanwhile, you can hit the like button. You can hit the subscribe button. Don't send us any money. We don't have any means to accept money. We don't want your money. We want you to tell everybody about how great MCP is. I'm like the Mr. Beast of MCP. I just give away good vibes about the game. Tell your friends about MCP. Tell them there's a new box set coming out in October that they should buy and play. And then tune into the stream to learn how to play with that box set. Ooh, I have a special game brewing, Huggy Bear.
A special game?
Yes. Pat Dunford wanted to challenge somebody in Europe to play a TTS match where each player only plays the half of the core box, of the new core box that's come out.
Ooh.
Sexy, right?
Like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they asked us to stream it. So I will keep you informed as to when that happens. So we can see the first time that we see these two new sets of characters out on the table.
Will they be in the mod before the street date?
Maybe not. So we'll have to do some proxying, but hey ho.
Yeah.
All right, this is Suzume using all the tools in weird ways, as you mentioned. Suzume has priority, so he gets to go first, but he's using these weird measurements to try to figure out nasty things to do to Deaton.
I'm always trying to figure out what each tool means. I know there was at one point in time he put up an Excel file online with all the measuring references, but I have to admit that I was too lazy to look into that. So that means I not following entirely all of his measurements, but range 5 measured from Fury is the likely close to what a double move from him looks like.
Oh, see, you know some of the secrets. You're like interpreting these Mayan ruins and all their bizarre mathematical capabilities and translating them into MCP rulers. Amazing. Wow. Okay.
The rulers of MCP.
Nick Fury Jr., who's got 1 hit point and a spider, decides to move back, touching Beta Ray Bill. He decides to spend power to bring back his shield agents.
Yep. Always
And
good. I did not see Ironbound Books of Shumagorath get played this round. Very, very interesting. That is usually a card you see played round 2, but perhaps Suzume thinks that Deaton's physically attacking characters, namely Sam and Cage only, more or less, is not in positioned in a way to be awfully threatening at this point in time.
Charmer Cork asks, what is my favorite new core box character or characters? And I have to say, I am a kind of person who likes to wait for all the things to come out at once and then kind of read it all at once and try to absorb it all at once. I can't keep stuff in my head piecemeal like that. So I can't answer that. I love the sculpts.
But we have all the information now.
Well, but I haven't had a moment. I'm very busy, you know. I got you know so many things to give away as part of my Mr. Beast persona that I don't have time. But I'm going to look at it over this vacation I have now. So, but what is yours then, Huggy Bear, so that we can have an answer?
Only 100%. Invincible Iron Man.
Invincible Iron Man. Okay.
The new shield leader. He's gonna be awesome and so much fun.
All right, there we are. All right, so
runner up is new Doc Ock. I agree with that, Scrunsel.
Yeah, a lot of people like that. Matt Alex says the
Spider Foes.
The Spider Foes
they will be something to look out for.
Absolutely. Matt Alex likes the new Spectacular Spider-Man, 3-threat Spider-Man. Looks like a fun character.
Oh yes.
Okay, so Black Widow decided to move forward quite aggressively and attack Wong. it's the contest of the 2 threats.
If I remember correctly, he does have 3 energy defense, which is the attack type he's using.
So that is 2 hits into
2 energy defense
into no saves. He does 2 out of 4 damage.
That was a mixed technique.
Mixed technique.
He got staggered.
Yeah. Yep. And then the leadership ability trick tickles in, and he gets to place himself with 1, and now he's got line of sight blocking from the size 3 piece of terrain. And then she gets to move as part of that because she rolled a wild, right?
Yep. Elusive. The name of that trigger. He's now elsewhere. Elusive.
Huggy Bear, in the chat, you may want to respond to Green Knight, who wants your opinion about new Iron Man with shield characters. Or, sorry, which shield characters do you like with the new Iron Man? So that's probably a longer answer.
Pick one? Characters. I love them. I love so many of them. Primarily, I'd say Winter Soldier, because rerolls with rapid fires is just crazy. Everyone who has played Winter Soldier in Wakanda with Shuri and Black Panther's leadership knows what he can do when he spikes or your opponent rolls a bad block and you can just pour in power to rerolls. Then Hawkeye is also a character that makes good use of rerolls. Howling Commandos is actually one of the characters I'm least excited about in combination with Tony's leadership in particular, because they have very few ways of generating power, and they only generate 1 power at a time. And they also have very many ways to spend said power on stuff that is not rerolls. So I think you will see them use the leadership least out of the shield mods, because they want to spend the power on other abilities. That's why I'm more excited about Bucky and Hawkeye with the new Iron Man leadership. And even an outlier is actually War Machine, because I really like the fact, rerolls on his beams that refunds power. He builds power. He's going to build power so good, and then he's going to generate of it to finance a big old Helios laser somewhere down the line.
All right, let me catch people up. Black Widow moved forward aggressively, shot at Wong. He got staggered and took 2 points out of his 4, and then used his leadership ability to fall behind this building. Then she got the trigger to make a short move. She moved back onto the center point. Now Wong, though, Wong used his ability to heal himself those 2 points, and then removed the stagger and stayed put. After that, Deaton decided to double move Luke Cage onto this back point very aggressively there. And I think Suzume must have passed.
Interestingly, Luke Cage has the ability called Too Dangerous to Ignore. So he is currently possibly preventing Voodoo from attacking anyone else than him. So Voodoo is not going to be able to attack Crimson Dynamo, for instance, as long as Cage is there.
Interesting.
Voodoo can, of course, throw Cage out of the way, but then he needs to spend 3 power to do so.
All right, so back over to Deaton. Deaton looks like he's going to be moving Sam Wilson. He's just trying to decide who he should be throwing his shield at. He's desperate to go after Nick Fury Jr. hiding in the back of that fire truck, but it looks like maybe Voodoo will take the hit instead. Hello, Vodka Blitz. Good to have you. Yeah, we've been enjoying this game too. Lots of interesting mobility here, lots of aggressive plays that have actually been paying off for both players. Really interesting to see how people learn from this game, rather than just charging in to use some interesting mobility characteristics that are available to you in the game. Crimson Dynamo decides to use his superpower that he gets to place himself within 2, and then his
Ocean Thrusters.
Yeah. Now he's looking as a turret to see who he wants to beam. And
who he wants to thrust.
Oh dear. How
with his propulsion. I mean, you did mark the stream as family friendly, so I have to keep all my sexual references at a subliminal level.
Okay. You do the subtext in Disney films or Pixar films.
Yeah.
Deaton taking his time here, trying to figure out who to beam. Or maybe they're discussing whether they're both in it, but it seems like they both are.
Possibly they're discussing whether there is line of sight between Dynamo and Wong.
All right, so they decided on it, and so Wong's taking the first hit of this beam. And ooh, good attack. 4 hits, including a crit. Crit rolls into
no blocks, unless he has cover, which he probably does.
But he's got 5 hits, so he is done.
Oh man,
wow!
That is a 1-shot.
1-shot, headshot. Boom. And here comes the token. Up a Wong. Wong tried to give it his best, but what are you going to do?
Yep. We're witnessing a very interesting clawback by Deaton here. I still think Suzume is in a good position to score significantly this round as well, but after that it's gonna be more open, I think, because Deaton is slowly eating away at Suzume's characters. Fury is very close to being dazed. Wong was just now dazed, and wait till you see what he can do to Voodoo.
All right. There goes the token. Looks like the token will be in position for him to pick up on his second activation. Or action, rather. There we go. So it's on the roof. All right, and here comes the beam. Second attack into Voodoo. No Iron Bomb books. So it's just 4. Well, just 4. He must have... The attack fizzled. He overheated his guns. He did. Although, what's his name? Didn't save at all.
1 damage.
Yeah, 1 damage does go through. And
can't have it all.
See if he decides to move. Oh, this is the. Oh, look at this, Suzume.
Clever play. The Suzume using his leadership. to bounce and block the landing spot
Oh.
of Crimson Dynamo, so he might not be able to grab the token now.
That is awesome. Now Deaton's struggling, but it looks like he'd be all right there. Maybe. Ooh,
Maybe,
if he can get on the roof.
Possibly. Ooh, that's so close. Maybe a judge is needed there, an accuser.
Ooh, maybe. We'll see.
Oh my God, that's so close. Oh shit. Can I say shit? Oh,
you can do anything.
I can do anything.
You can do anything. I read the things when I turned the switch on to make it more family friendly. Apparently, like minor stuff like that, it goes fine. It's just like we can't like review porno films here or stuff like that. You know, egregious like that.
Are there Twitch channels that
no, that's my point. I don't think they. Well, maybe the adult ones. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Anyway. He decides not to move, as a matter of fact, because of this problem, and attack Voodoo a second time. Does 4 hits this time around, and Voodoo saves 2, so he takes 2. So he's on 3 out of 6 and is shocked instead. I think the only person who's shocked right now is Deaton.
Yeah, that was a clever move by Suzume. But that's what you expect from a final.
Yeah, high-level play. It doesn't get better than this. So Voodoo looks like he's activating. He's going to go ahead and pick up that spider. Thank you very much. Welcome to Hibiscus Hobby and Gaming. Who's here from Canada? Team Canada.
Spending power to get Luke Cage out of the air.
Well, he's throwing him.
Yep.
So he spent the power to throw Luke Cage.
Voodoo still took a chunk of damage that is not to be sneezed at. Ooh, there's a possessed on the Black Widow.
Oh, he possessed Black Widow.
Be scoring the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Voodoo doing tons of work.
At all going to score the middle.
He hasn't even done his actions yet.
He has now. He's very vulnerable. So I think he needs to run to the hills to not get killed by Beta Ray Bill later this round.
Yeah. Voodoo does fly, so he's going to be susceptible to Beta Ray's big attack. Yeah, sure enough, he's moving.
Indeed.
Get out. Bug out.
Yep.
Behind that fire truck's going to be very popular.
On top of the truck. Okay. Well, at least he's on top of the truck. I was expecting him to go behind it. But,
me too. But hey, maybe this gives him more chances of cover no matter which direction the attack's coming in from.
Yes, exactly. And he can use his bounce ability from the leadership to hop down on either side to deny line of sight, depending on where Deaton decides to place his attacking model. So that's also a thing.
Looks like Iron Man advanced to the front edge of the portal, but still holding that secure on the back, but then didn't do anything with the second action.
I am currently very excited to see the activation of Sam Wilson later this round, because I do believe that he has the opportunity to do a shield throw on the shield agents and then ricochet into possibly Fury to do the one important point of damage to him, robbing him of the point.
All right, Sexy Strange moved up on top of the building, now deciding where he might want to attack.
Did he spend was it a regular move or did he spend power?
To
do it. He did not spend power.
I don't think so. He's on 5.
He walked onto. It looks like he walked onto the building and can now do a 1 attack. It's a bit dangerous though, because Heroes for Hire is a card that is in the hand of Deaton.
Mm-hmm.
But I assume he would not consider this a very impactful opportunity to play that.
And Strange looking to move a second time? He does have a spider.
Appears so. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So just shuffling the characters around.
We were talking about this either off air or just at the beginning of the game, but the game's about points, not about attacking. And so if you can just move and score points and stay safe while the other person's scoring less points, that's what you should do. Don't get the red mist in your eyes.
Killing stuff is a means to an end, not the objective.
All right, back over to Deaton. Looks like Beta Ray Bill wants to get in on the action. Looks like Deaton's characters are all around the middle and from the center on back. Convocation has moved significantly far behind. Only the pathetic grunts got stuck at the front. Like, all right, you guys stay up front.
They are at the moment. I consider them a slight liability. If Sam decides to throw a shield at them and is lucky enough to get the ricochet, he can target Nick Fury, even though he's way far at the back. So they might work as a springboard to take him out.
Suzume really doing a number on Deaton here, really putting the pressure on him. It's he's sitting pretty, and Deaton, it's up to Deaton now to make something happen.
Yeah. The ricochet does not take place if the agents get KO'd, but there is also a non-zero chance that he does exactly 1 damage with 4 dice.
I don't know. In my experience, Sam always blows it up, no matter when he throws that damn shield.
Yeah, either 0 or 4 hits. That's
yeah. All right, here he comes. Sam going in.
Yeah, but that is MCP dice. I mean, I see a lot of people counting on averages, myself included. But dice might just as well roll 0 hits or all hits.
So that was airlift. So Sam uses superpower to pull somebody within 2 when he passes by them. And so that was Beta Ray Bill getting placed. So here comes the first attack onto those shield agents. He's looking not to knock them out. 2 hits. 2 hits. They do not save. Oh, darn it. Oh. They roll the skull.
And he did not get the ricochet either.
Oh, okay, fair. So it wouldn't have mattered. Okay, fine. Right, so they're off the table.
Right.
And that's it, I think, for Sam. Let's see. Yep, that's it for Sam.
But they're off the table at a time when they did not allow Suzume to bring back Ironbound Books because it did not play that card.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, Deaton has a ton of energy attacks, and the Ironbound Books do not work against those.
Both of these players have not yet won a TTS season. They're both in it. They're looking for that first time. They're both hungry for it. I think you said Suzume made it to the semifinals in one season some time ago.
Yep.
And Deaton also made it to the semis, but not to the finals.
Yep.
Here they are.
We're about to be shown that war, as the good old Clausewitz used to say, war is a contest of bills.
Good old Clausewitz. What a great MCP player. He's old school.
Yeah.
Right. Beta Ray Bill moves forward, throws Sam out of the picture, and decides to then move a second time to contest the back point. Again, perfect person to do it since he doesn't suffer from incinerate.
Like it. Yep. Ooh, he's looking to place himself in such a way that he's body blocking Deaton's build, possibly.
I've been corrected. Leaf actually made it to, or Life made it to the finals of season 9 and was lost to Pat. So,
of course.
My apologies.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. That was.
Oh, you're talking about this match.
I ranked that as the best match that we have streamed at any, because the drama in that one was so tense, and it both players could have won right down till the end, and it looked bad for Suzume at first, but then he clawed back, and then it looked bad for Pat, and then Pat managed to turn it around. it was crazy. That was one for the history books.
All right, so if you want to see that, that is on my YouTube channel, Dr. Norbert Games, Dr. Norbert Games. You can see all the matches that we've streamed there, and Season 9 Finals will be one of them, I think, that I streamed, right? Well, you said we were there, so take a look there if you want to learn about that great game. All right. Beta Ray Bill decided to move to the front side of that home secure, kind of doing some body blocking. Again, Suzume doing really great work with his positioning. And Deaton is looking to move his Beta Ray Bill.
Looks like he will have no problem getting to the point, and he has not enough power to throw Suzume's bill out of there.
But he's looking to take on Voodoo.
And yeah, he's going to have 2 rerolls, but Voodoo is going to have cover.
Right.
But also not much. Did he spend to bring back the Brother Daniel token here?
I think so. He only has 1 power now.
We'll see soon enough when he rolls dice.
Yeah. Okay. He's rolled 1, 2, 3, 4 dice.
Yep.
Yeah. So
appears that he brought it back.
Yeah.
So that means that Black Widow can now score the middle point.
Yeah. Ooh, Build scored well. He did 4 hits into 1 save plus cover. I guess 2 saves. So he's on 5 out of 6 hit points. 1 shy of being killed.
Yep.
Or dazed. Sorry.
Oof. Suzume having 2 characters on 1 health is dangerous. Will he decide to move Voodoo with a leadership now? I don't know.
Interesting. Ooh, somebody got patched up. I think he lost or took some hit points away from him.
Spent power to.
Why did Voodoo remove those hit points? Are they re-rolling something?
Are they redoing the attack? Maybe he no.
Weird. Whatever happened, it seems to have the same result where Voodoo's on 5 out of 6 hit points.
Yeah, maybe he forgot that he didn't have the token and rolled as though he did, and then they just considered it that he did pull considered it so that he did pull it back. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Got it. Okay, but there's the leadership triggering, so he gets to move himself within 1 and went behind the truck a little bit.
Yeah, they did.
And assemble. Avengers assembles.
Now there's a dice roll with ooh.
Avengers assembles happening. So Sam's going to take advantage of the card.
Very interesting. There are still 4 spider infected on Suzume Kazo's side, but he will not be scoring any secures here. Deaton is going to score them all +1, so it's going to be a 4-4.
Okay, so Huggy, they did explain to me. They actually did re-roll the attacks because Suzume didn't have the token, didn't have the power to bring it back either. But it just turned out the way that the attack rolls, Deaton had another good, well, I guess he kept his attack roll, and Suzume made it just re-rolled his defense, and the result turned out to be the same. But the point is that Black Widow is still possessed, and she's not scoring that point. So Iron Man has moved up into the middle to score that point instead.
All right, so that means it's only 3 for Deaton.
Yeah. So Suzume 9 to 6.
Yep. Woo. So now Deaton needs to get a swing turn, and I believe he's quite capable of achieving that. But it will be very exciting to see what Suzume has to say about it.
Looks like he used this Avengers Assemble strictly on Sam Wilson. And
Luke Cage. Cage as well.
No, Luke Cage was up here already, wasn't he?
No, he was thrown off.
Oh, he's thrown.
Off the point by Voodoo earlier, so he moved back
up. And Iron Man 2, apparently. I missed that one somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Ironbound Books has been played now in this 3rd round. Yep. So again, this means that...
So now all physical attacks are turned into Mystic. Well, not all, but all can be turned into Mystic.
Okay. The key characters on
Demons.
Suzume's side are Voodoo. I mean, these are all the ones with extracts. Voodoo, Sexy Strange, Beta Ray Bill, and Nick Fury Jr. And now it is Beta Ray Bill on Suzume's side. Oh, they were rolling Spider Infecteds. That's what's going on now.
Yep.
Beta Ray Bill passed. Now Nick Fury Jr. fails. Or somebody.
Can be quite significant.
Not sure why he's measuring 2.
Suzume has carefully placed his 3 back line characters so that they can patch up each other.
Oh, I see.
But this might throw in a spanner into that setup.
Mm-hmm.
But Deaton putting Fury in harm's way, forcing him into an early activation, possibly.
Okay. Sexy Strange rolls for his spider.
Important roll.
And fails.
Moves. Yep.
So he goes.
So no patch up from him. Goodbye.
And Voodoo. He's okay.
Stays. Oh, and he gets the power.
It's a power for rolling the skull. I want to thank both Deaton and Suzume both for letting us stream the game in the first instance, but also being such professional players by having the tabs going on the board. That is so nice to be thinking about us, even though they're trying to play their game, so that we can see what's going on. Really, really appreciate that. Iron Man seems to have saved from the spider as well, so he doesn't have to move. But it's Suzume's got priority, correct? So yeah, first move to Suzume. Really interesting turn now coming up. The opening one, turn 1, round 1, I should say, seemed very orchestrated by both players. They've obviously practiced it quite a bit. Suzume seems to, in round 2, leverage all the convocation tricks to solidify his hold on those secures and keep him out of danger's way of the Avengers. Deaton now has used Avengers Assemble to set himself up. This is round 3. This is going to be, hopefully, Deaton's big turn if he wants to stay in it.
Interestingly enough, Suzume just measured 3 from Wong to Nick Fury. So there is the possibility that he will use the Blessing of Vishanti twice to heal 4 of Fury, while simultaneously playing Patch Up with Nick Fury to heal Voodoo back to full. So he could heal potentially 9 damage over the course of this activation.
Patch up. So Fury is patching up Voodoo. That's the end of that card.
Yep. And possibly Wong healing.
Yeah, Gil's right. Wong can only heal the same person once rather. He can't. He couldn't do double heal on the same character. But yeah, so sadly, Fury and Patch Up is an active card. I mean, like the active character has to play it, right?
No.
No. Okay. So Wong can actually do what you're talking about.
That's the beauty of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just an active card, not an active character card.
That's the beauty of it.
And then
I'm wondering where Wong goes from now. What does he want to achieve?
Suzume enjoying the backside of that board. Boy, oh boy. He's got everybody on this back edge.
Sure. I mean, Wong just placed perfectly as if he had mission objective in his hand, but he does not.
I believe he healed Nick Fury.
Yes, he did, but then he moved to be within 2 of all those characters. Not really sure what he aimed seems to achieve from that. Maybe just moving Wong slightly more back to
So
the
Wong's
other
done.
arm's way.
Wong
Slightly more out of arm's way.
healed at 3 and then decided to move back to be close to his buddies, I guess, for the next round. Now I'm back to Deaton.
Yep.
Deaton running next turn. Important activation now. Deaton's first activation, round 3.
He needs to start getting them spiders, because if Suzume manages to score another one of those big point rounds, then it's starting to the distance to the finish line is starting to shrink.
Luke Cage attacks Beta Ray Bill. Luke Cage does 4 hits into 1 save. I'm sure Bill paid to reduce that once more, so he's on 2 out of 6, Beta Ray Bill. And gets to use the damn leadership ability to move away. Good Lord.
Bada boom. Yeah. Reactive leaderships are the best.
I've never seen anybody bunker on the back end of the board like this either, as Joe Jumanji pointed out. This is really interesting.
I have, but it was a long time ago. Back in the day, where in like early 2021, when A4 was just released, I had a nice game against Pat, where he lined up way in the back with all the extracts on his side.
Okay. All right. Bit of conversation going on here about where Bill's going to go. Looks like Bill's bunkering in the back. Hey, it's like, sure. It seems the thing to do. Okay. And Luke Cage sitting on 4 power. Deciding who to go after next. He spends that 4 power into Beta Ray Bill. So this is Sweet Christmas. Good choice into Beta Ray Bill. Oh God, 3 skulls though. God, 3 hits.
Can't seem to remember if is Beta Ray Bill a size 3.
Yeah, I think maybe not. 4 hits into no saves actually.
Because he's about to be sent flying into Fury.
Beta Ray Bill is size 2.
Okay.
Wow. All right, so he gets stunned. And then he gets thrown. Sweet Christmas. And he's going to be thrown into Fury. Yeah. That means Bill will take... I think he can reduce this damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, with his ability to spend a power, reduce the damage. So he'll...
Fury, yes, he can. But Fury can go down if he fails to roll a single block.
All right, so this is now 3 damage coming into Nick Fury, and he has 3 left. And he plays Brace. And
Brace.
That's the end of that. After all that excitement, he braces it, and we move along.
Does not want to risk that.
No. Because, let's see, he's got 4 spiders, maybe 1 point. He's got 5 points coming his way. That puts him on 14 points. That's it for Luke Cage. Over to Suzume.
Yeah. It's looking a bit stressful on Beta Ray Bill's end. Suzume's build, that is. He needs to get out of there or die very soon.
Jumanji pointing out that Beta Ray Bill could have aggressived. But I don't think that's his plan, Joe. I think he wants to stay in the back. Seems to be working for him.
Yep, he's hogging a spider, and it appears that the game plan is to keep hogging.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even have to care about the secures. Suzume trying to figure out what is...
As some Gronstal pointed out in the chat, now that Brace has been played, we might see that fire truck flying into someone really soon.
Yeah.
Unless Suzume manages to throw it first.
Yeah.
To get rid of it. He certainly has the power for it on his Beta Ray Bill.
People also lusting over Crimson Dynamo doing some beaming down that way.
Yep. That's a sweet beam.
Yeah.
Certainly is.
Okay, looks like Suzume is activating his Beta Ray Bill. Moves him short.
Because he's slow.
He's been slowed. Yeah. Sweet Crispus. And I think he's throwing Deaton's beam. Yep. See? No attacking. No attacking in this game. Don't give people power. Just get them to become ineffectual in the battle. And you win.
It's a chess game, basically. It's I find it very stimulating. It's strategic, tactical, and really interesting.
I think there's another old MCP player called Sung Soo who wrote something about this, right? So Beta Ray Bill's going to take he's going to be thrown into Iron Man. So Iron Man has to save against him, and it takes 1 damage because of the dodge. And then Beta Ray Bill decides to just move a second time away. He has a spider, so that's the plan. Stay on that back edge.
Yep.
Wow.
Will be interesting to see which characters can reach him with attacks. Possibly Sam with a charge, or maybe that's too far.
Stuff is all far. There's nothing on the backside of that fire truck. They're all on this side of the fire truck.
But as you pointed out, Crimson Dynamo can do a sweet beam, possibly.
I should hope so.
Iron Man eyeing an energy attack into Nick Fury, possibly. Energy is the weaker of Nick Fury's defensive stats.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say it's weak; it's still 3, but it's more of the stats of an average Joe. I'm not sure if Suzume has made a single attack over the course of the game this far. I don't think he has.
All right, Iron Man goes forward. He's in range of Fury.
Oh, right. Thank you, Sorghum. Suzume's Voodoo did indeed attack Crimson Dynamo round 1. But I don't.
Nice hit.
I think that's the only one.
4 hits with a crit. Crit rolls into, I think, into nothing. Bunch of skulls. 4 hits into no saves. That takes care of Nick Fury Jr. and drops the point. Wow! Finally.
Yep. And now there are no characters available on Suzume's side to pick that up because you're only allowed to hold 1 spider at a time.
Mm-hmm. That's really amazing. Really kind of handy, actually, for Deaton. Like, usually those things on the floor are so risky because, you know, anybody can just scoop it up, but Suzume cannot. Oop, what's going on back there? I think Suzume passed again.
Yep. Sounds reasonable.
Black Widow, who I believe is still possessed. Let's see if I can see that on the card.
Yep. No,
she's
maybe
not.
she isn't, because otherwise she wouldn't be able to pick this up.
Yeah.
So I assume that Deaton would remember.
Yeah. So he's moved
Otherwise
her along,
it would be
picked up that spider.
Sad.
Let's see if she's probably just going to run away. Sure enough. And secure the back point, as a matter of fact. Nice.
Yep. You. So now things are starting to look a bit brighter for Deaton.
Let's see if he gets past again. He does.
He is at least he is in a good position to score more points than Suzume this round. Looks like he's in a good spot to get at least 5 points. Possibly more. Homing rockets from Crimson Dynamo is not something you see every day.
No. So bizarre. This is great. What a different game. This is a really, playing this game to its fullest, but using techniques that you just don't usually see. And that's why these guys are in the finals. I dare say the TTS league, being a global league, just brings the best players together from everywhere in the world. And so this is the type of talent that you're going to get with that kind of grinder that you have to put people through.
Yeah, it's still easily the most competitive MCP event out there, I'd say. Barring things like LVO, of course. You can't really beat those physical events, but
absolutely.
But the TTS league has turned into an absolute shark tank in later years.
Yep, but still maintains lots of room for people to play for fun. I mean, loads and loads of people play this game for fun.
Certainly. Absolutely.
So don't be dissuaded if
you're
watching
this. That's what we all do.
Yeah.
In the end, that's what we all do. There are no prize money in this.
No. But I'm just saying the league is really big and loads of people play it and play just to have fun with new people. It's just the last few that get to this elimination rounds where it gets hyper competitive. Anyway, that was
and
Sam.
Eternal glory with the weirdos at the farm store.
So that was Sam. He threw his shield into. I'm not sure who he attacked. He moved up onto that thing and then attacked, and I think Ricochet's happening. I'm sorry, I lost track. Yeah, Ricochet.
Oof.
So not very much happening.
That was a nice throw.
Oh gosh, he dazed Beta Ray Bill. Oh my god.
He got the Ricochet and
amazing.
Bounced over the.
Whoa. Yep. Beta Ray Bill didn't save a single thing, and oh wow. Deaton really needed that. Deaton really needed that to stay in the game. Amazing. He must be thrilled with that. Whew. Amazing.
Yeah, this is starting to look tough for Suzume. It's not gonna have a good round.
This is what usually happens to me when I play keep away games. I do fine, and then I get cornered basically, and then they just wipe me out. So.
But let's not forget, there is a 5-power voodoo on Suzume's side, and he can swing points heavily.
Mm.
And he's yet to activate, so he can easily deal 2 points off of Deaton, depending on how he decides to place his models.
So that was amazing. So Sam throws that shield range 4 into Wong. Wong actually didn't, I think he took 1 damage. He took 1 damage, but it ricochets into Beta Ray Bill, who just doesn't save anything. So he gets wiped out, drops his spider. Then you see Wong use the leadership ability to kind of bump himself forward back again. So really interesting. Why does Sam get to move?
He first he did the first attack was from a charge. And now he did a regular move.
Thank you. Right. So regular move back up onto that building, that size of a building. Amazing. 3 threat, everybody. 3 threat, folks. In case you were wondering.
Very reasonable.
Very. Yes.
Sam's great. We all love Sam.
Oh,
but looks like it's time for Doctor Strange to put in some work.
Oh gosh, this is amazing. So Leaf has just got Suzume, Dr. Voodoo. Oh no, and Sexy Strange to go. Beg your pardon. And that's what he's measuring now.
It's Strange and Dr. Voodoo, yeah. And he cannot pass anymore. So it's time to get to work.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. Oh, this is so good. I'm always tempted
I
to.
think if he can use Doctor Strange to take out either one of Deaton's characters holding an extract or one of Deaton's characters that hasn't activated yet, and then use Voodoo to possess either Iron Man or Black Widow, then things could possibly that could throw a spanner into the works of Deaton's comeback. Because Deaton needs all the points he can get, and he currently does not have a model on his home secure.
Yeah.
So he is currently looking at max 4 points, even though his Beta Ray Bill is perfectly capable of reaching that spider infected lying on the ground.
Yep.
Especially if he gets an aggressive trigger at some point.
Deaton calling upon the demons of the.
Also, let's not forget, Heroes for Hire is still a thing.
Yep. Deaton is
as well as Mission Objective.
Yep.
Which can stop the possess from Voodoo, or rather stop the objective from being dropped on the floor. The extract token.
All right. Strange looks like he's going to use his teleport ability, move up into the middle of the board. Still on the back edge, of course, and looks like he's within 2 of Luke Cage.
Looks like he's not within 2 because it
didn't light
was
up?
a red ring.
Okay.
No.
Thank you. I have a lot of trouble seeing those sometimes. So it looks like he's going to move a second time.
Ooh, yeah.
Or so this is
gutsy. This is dangerous.
Wow.
He's putting himself very much in harm's way.
He spent power, so I think he's using the spender on attacking Black Widow. Or is he first throwing? He's first throwing Luke.
He's using the Scalpel of Strange to teleport Luke Cage out of the way.
Okay.
And this should be a Mystic attack into Widow then.
So, to recap, Strange used his ability to teleport himself up. Then he used one action to move himself into this current position. Then he spent power to throw or teleport Luke Cage away, and he's got one action left to go.
Yep.
And he's within 3 of Black Widow. So I think he's attacking her, but I just saw Crimson Dynamo spend power, so Dynamo is going to help by making Suzume reroll 2 attack dice.
Also, Black Widow's Mystic defense is not too shabby. It's 4, put down to 3 by Incinerate.
Strange then re-rolls all of the dice because he wasn't happy with what he rolled. He ends up with 3 attacks. And I think now is when Crimson re-rolls happen. Yep, so Crimson re-rolling 2 dice. So let's see what those 3 attacks turn into.
That's not going to do it.
They turn into nothing. Well done, Crimson Dynamo. 1 attack into 1 save. Nothing. Nothing happens to Black Widow. Deaton is in this. He is completely in this. Suzume might be getting a little sweaty at this point. Ooh.
Yeah, that activation felt a little bit like a Hail Mary, and it did not pan out.
Woof. Woof. Deaton holding it cool as a cucumber, I hope. He is one of the children of the corn, of course, so doesn't feel emotions whatsoever. But Suzume's a Sasquatch. He could take it. He could take this kind of pressure.
Deaton has been a force, an absolute force to be reckoned with all through this season, just moving on like a train through all the opposition. But Suzume has been in the finals before. Possibly he has a title waiting for him at the bank. Is this the day that payment comes due?
Okay. What's happening now?
Careful measurement.
We've got
Careful measurements being made. Looks like Beta Ray Bill is eyeing to throw Strange off of the point, taking it for himself.
Yep. So first move by Beta Ray Bill. Still got one action left. He's got plenty of power. And goes in, tells Strange to get out of here. Go back to your back edge of your board.
Go flying into your buddy Wong.
Oh, is Wong gonna
possibly killing him?
This poor Wong. Wongers always
squished under the body mass of his master.
What film was that where a kind of a female superhero kept crashing into Wong's flat and started they started watching bad films together and eating popcorn, and she kept calling them Wongers? What film was that? It was so...
the She-Hulk series.
Oh yeah, She-Hulk series.
Yeah, that wasn't very great.
Oh, so funny. Wongers, he's my buddy. He's a sorcerer supreme. No, he's just somebody I have popcorn with on Thursday nights. Oh, so good.
The time has come for me to get a refill for my drink.
Now? Are you serious? You can't miss this. Wait for the round change.
This just have to go 2 feet away.
Oh, okay, fine. All right, so Strange does get tossed off the point, but doesn't hit Wongers. Wongers is safe for the moment. And Beta Ray Bill is maybe just repositioning himself with his second action.
Here we are, moving into the smoky business.
Oh, what do you got?
Lafroig quarter cask.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm glad you're taking that one second. Ugh, I'm a big fan. Okay, that's it for Bill. He just decides to sit on the point and be a boss. Okay, it's up to Suzume to do some work with Dr. Voodoo.
Yeah. He needs to swing points.
Everybody keeps wanting that fire truck to be thrown. Everyone's really kind of disappointed that fire truck has lasted into almost the fourth round. Sooner is not impressed at all. Sooner, it's okay. All right, here we go. This is one action to move Dr. Voodoo forward, and then I think he's attacking Luke Cage. I'm not
he's attacking Iron Man.
Oh, beg your pardon, Iron Man. And whiffs.
Not sure if I did not see if. Ooh.
Yeah.
I did not see if power was spent on Crimson Dynamo.
It doesn't matter. He took 1 hit point of damage, Iron Man, either way.
Also, Voodoo was shocked, so not a great set of circumstances.
Question is, who does he possess now?
Yeah, that is certainly the question.
He could possess Iron Man to get the spider off of him. He could possess Beta Ray Bill so he doesn't contest any longer.
Yeah, but Crimson Dynamo could just move on to the point in that case.
Mm-hmm.
Or pick up the spider that gets dropped. So I think it's looking a bit hard for him to make the possess count. If he had 1 more power, he could have first possessed Iron Man and then possessed Beta Ray Bill right after. That would be something.
Yeah, right. It's entirely possible.
Perhaps that's what he was fishing for, just the 1 power.
What does recall cost you? Anything?
Recalibration matrix?
No. If you want to recall the Brother Daniel off of somebody.
2, but that is only when you defend. If you can always possess another character, and then the token just gets moved.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it. Okay. All right. Seems like Suzume is taking his time thinking this through.
Gil pointed out in chat, it's also the possibility for Suzume to throw Beta Ray Bill off the point and then possess Iron.
Or throw Beta Ray Bill into Iron Man. Yeah, look at all this advice. Everybody's got good advice. Suzume.
Yeah.
What do you?
That can't kill Iron Man though, because he's reducing damage by 1, and a flying bill is 3. Looks like he's doing the throw.
Yep, throwing him.
Whoop. Goodbye.
Off the point, so nobody can hold that secure. So now
I hope he took care to make sure that Bill was not still within 2 of the truck.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Crimson Dynamo is the last activation here of round 3. Very eventful round 3. Let's see.
It appears that he did not possess anyone. Maybe due to the fact that he that Crimson Dynamo could just pick up. Ooh.
He's going to pick that up and then just move back onto the point. So he moved.
Yeah.
He used his place ability. He picks up a point, and now he's just going to move right back onto that secure.
Yep.
Wow.
So 2 points are going to go to Suzume and 4.
Wow.
I count for Deaton. So Suzume is still in the lead by 11 to 10 by the looks of it. I'm having a hard time seeing this ending next round unless something big happens.
So I think MVP that turn was this turn was possible. Round 3 was possible because of that ricochet from Sam.
Oh yes, that was clutch. That was a 2-point swing right there. Otherwise, it would have been 12-9 in favor of Suzume.
Yeah. Crimson Dynamo on E shapes anyway. I'm not sure about him in other crises. That's not to say I'm against it, but I just don't know. But certainly E shapes. Crimson Dynamo is such a great character. I use him all the time.
He is.
All right, so Sexy Strange is going to roll for his spider. And he's safe. And then it's Voodoo. Voodoo is not safe. He has to move. People not happy about that truck being there. Not happy. Round 4, and here we are with this size 4 truck.
See carnage.
People want to see action, where these players are like, no. We're just doing stuff to score points for free. Truck being used to a lot of advantage by the players as well. Maybe that's why they're not throwing it. It's because they're actually trying to leverage it for themselves. Let's see. For people who are newer to this, even though you get the short stick, it's just an advance. So normally, if you're smaller than the terrain piece, you cannot actually climb over it. It's different. Even though you're both using a short stick, a climb is different from an advance. The only reason Voodoo is doing it here is because he has flight, and similar for wall crawler, because those guys ignore terrain, essentially. Okay, so now Deaton's rolling for his spiders. I didn't see which one he's doing. I think it's Crimson. Crimson fails. He's fine. I'm sorry. He saves. He's fine. Then somebody failed. Who moves? Is it Widow? Yeah, Widow has to move. And so that leaves Iron Man to roll for the spider.
Yep.
Suzume still has priority.
Suzume needs to start doing some damage this round. I would not be surprised to see Plane of Poldock get played. Possibly even first activation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I thought Iron Man still had to go, but it seems like if he did already, he succeeded, so he doesn't have to move. But we'll see if they're still talking, so maybe this still has to happen. Yeah, I think Deaton is done with the spiders because now I see Suzume's clock is running. So round 4 in Suzume's hands. Hope everybody's enjoying the stream. We've been really enjoying the chat. Chat's been blowing up with really good advice, good speculation, good banter. Absolute great community that we have here playing MCP. If you're a newcomer or if you're a veteran at War Games, this is the game you want to play. It's having a new core box coming out in the middle of October and a huge community playing all around the world. We have a global TTS league like you're watching here now, and we have a WTC World Team Championship happening as well. Big conventions in the United States. Fantastic time to be playing MCP. And loads of content on our channel. Me and Huggy Bear have been streaming for, 2 years now? 3 years?
I've lost count over how many games
we were younger then.
But we yeah, certainly were. I don't know how many. Yeah, I mean, we should be closing in on maybe not 100, but
it's over 100 videos now for sure.
It is. Oh my god.
Yeah. And so all that's on. We stream the games live because it's a lot of fun chatting with people, and then we throw it up on the YouTube channel. YouTube is Dr. Norbert Games, Dr. Norbert Games, if you want to watch some games and learn some things. It's really fun.
It certainly is. It's great fun producing this as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've been great. I still remember the day I kind of reached out to you for the first time and thought you might be interested. We hadn't really interacted that terribly much. We were War Machine buddies, of course, but not to the extent that we were connecting.
And that was like, and you were doing it as this like one-time thing,
yeah,
more or less, and then it turned into a regular channel.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, it was because of you, your encouragement. I mean, first of all, it was a lot of fun to do with you. You're a lot of fun, and you bring a lot to the show. But you're also like, hey, when are we going to stream next? Oh yeah, absolutely, Huggy Bear. You're definitely not just a passenger here. I wouldn't be doing it if it weren't for you kind of spurring me on in the early days and then being so fun to do with it in the later days.
Quite right.
All right, people are still having a chat here. Because it's a big round.
Certainly is. I expect either Strange or Nick Fury to activate early. Try and do some damage.
Thank you, Succumber Teiko, for telling us we do a great job. I really appreciate that. Yep, sure enough, you did it right. Playing a Podoc, Huggy Bear, right on the money as usual, and it's being played on Crimson Dynamo. I think
Playing of pole dance.
Suzume's had enough of Crimson Dynamo having his way with everybody. So Sexy Strange is going to do.
You know what?
What's that?
I went around for a really long time and thought its name was Playing of Pole Dank.
Dank
I read
pole.
the H as an N.
All right, Sexy Strange is doing the dirty into Crimson Dynamo. Didn't like his attack roll, so he's going to pick up all his dice and re-roll them again. Does not do well. Oh, Suzume can't be happy with that. Oh, my God. Oh, God.
Third do-over or second do-over?
2 hits, God, into 1 save, so Crimson takes 1
damage. This is not how it's gonna go. It's going to work out for Suzume. needs to get more out of those attacks.
Mm-hmm. Maybe this is why he doesn't. He played the way he played earlier on. He's like, dice are too risky. I don't need this dice nonsense.
Yeah, you should ask him that.
All right, so here comes the second attack. I think he's trying to do him in because this is with the card up too. He gets double rerolls, his own reroll and then the card's reroll. Awful.
Yep, and still only 2 hits. I don't think he should have rerolled all of the dice when he had 3 hits on 5.
All right, he's rolled 2 hits with a crit. The crit rolls into nothing. And he's looking at 2 saves with Crimson Dynamo.
Now he's rerolling.
He's rerolling all. Rerolls all.
He does
Oh,
have-
God.
Oh, awful.
It's like, he's rolling like me now. Suzume, I'm so sorry if I had anything to do with this. That's a little bit better. So he's got 3 hits
That's
into so one more
one hit.
damage goes through. Bing.
yeah. Womp womp.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's not helping.
Oh, sad trombone. F in the chat if you feel bad for the Suzume Kaze situation here. No Fs. Wow. Tough crowd. Tough crowd. No Fs for him.
It's certainly an impressive feat that Deaton is looking to pull off here, clawing back from that aggressively scored early rounds by Suzume Kazo, and it's currently it looks like he's on his way to actually pull it off.
We've had a fair number of Fs, but
a lot of things can still happen.
A fair number of no Fs as well about that roll. Oh dear. All right. So, but Crimson, don't forget this card is still active for the rest of the round. So Crimson is vulnerable this entire round.
Yep.
But meanwhile, it's Iron Man. Is Iron Man going to do the Helios?
Oh my God! It's time.
Is it time?
Time. There's not a lot of power across.
I know, because he hasn't been able to attack anybody. It's like there's nobody. It's like Highlander. Why won't anyone fight me?
Either. So
I know. There's no power. It's Highlander. Why won't anyone fight me?
To be fair, he has taken out 3 of Suzume's characters. Dazed them.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Just homing rockets, baby, is all that's going to happen here. But we'll see. Iron Man looks like he wants to do something. Who's checking up there? Sorry, the clock's in the way. Sorry about that, guys. Luke Cage is up there.
Yep.
Yeah, Deaton taking a close look.
I would be interested to know if Luke Cage is within 3 of Dynamo there. Don't think he is, but doesn't look too far off.
Yeah. Deaton's being very cautious now. He knows this is a crucial round if he wants to stay in this game. No mistakes here. He's got to use all the cleverness he's gained from being one of the children of the corn. Or else he's going to have to answer to his demonic overlords. Still measuring. He's holding on to 3 spiders: Black Widow, Crimson Dynamo, and Iron Man. Right.
Looks like an airlift.
Airlift.
From Sam.
Sam moves.
Being set up, at least.
Ooh. Whoa.
So I suppose this was a charge from Sam.
Yep. And he's shooting into Nick Fury.
Yep. If he gets pushed outside of 3 of Crimson Dynamo, that's effectively a stagger.
Crappy throw, but does he get the trigger? He does not. 2 hits into 2 saves. Nothing happens.
Can't work every time.
No. He's paid power to airlift, and then he's going to move to the back point. Or sorry, his middle point. And it looks like he's going to get Luke Cage back into the battle.
Yep. Who is now certainly protecting Crimson Dynamo, although Crimson Dynamo has no power, so he can't pay for Heroes for Hire at the moment.
Right.
But if he gets attacked once, he might generate the power needed to use it on the second attack. Possibly. Deaton has used almost none of his tactics cards, whereas Suzume has used all but one.
Yeah, people saying that's going to be a problem now for Suzume.
Yep, it already is, I think. The timing of the grunts dying has been suboptimal. He has not been able to recycle Ironbound books, but then again, as we pointed out on several occasions, Deaton was very clever to bring a ton of energy attacks that are unaffected by the Ironbound books, which is a staple signature card of Convocation.
Yep. Suzume's up.
What is Fury gonna do here? Shoot Dynamo once, maybe. Generate 1 power to put down agents and then do a spender. Could be an option.
The chat's threatening to riot if that truck doesn't get thrown this round 4. I'm behind you. I'll be there rioting with you. I'll be throwing the first stone because this is nonsense. All these high-level players, when they're crazy, non-interactive, but effective positioning moves. Nobody wants this. Nobody asked for this. Actually, good players ask for this all the time.
One aspect coming into play here as well is that all of Deaton's characters are healthy, whereas Suzume only has 1 healthy character left to activate, and that is Voodoo. So he's not great at contesting points as things stand at the moment.
All right. I think Suzume must have passed because Deaton looks like he's going to move Black Widow onto that back point. That I don't understand because, I mean, that's the obvious thing Deaton would have done next if she had survived.
Yeah, so that is basically 2 points secured.
Yeah, she's safe
Deaton.
back there. She's got stealth, folks, so no one's getting to her. It's going to be lots of good podcasts next week. I can't wait to hear Sooner talking about this on the Gamers Guild podcast. Great podcast to listen to. We got Chewy.
I actually think that if Deaton somehow manages to take out Fury over the course of this round, that might seal the deal. Well, this round, because then I think he easily scores all of the demon portals.
Yep.
And I also think that he's already got enough spiders, and Voodoo is the main contender to take spiders off of him with the possess. So if he can get a Helios off or just some good attacks, maybe, then that could end the game right there.
Sooner and DeLuca, Chewy, if you guys could actually talk about the idea of running away and how viable that is in MCP, I would love to hear that because I tried a few times and I don't do it as effectively as Suzume does. Like it's usually like 1 point, maybe 2 point that I run away with, but it never works for me. It works fine, but then like mid to late game, they catch up with me somehow or another, or they score the other things on the table, and it never works. And it might happen here again. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about whether this is a viable strategy or how to maximize your chances of it working alongside your overview of the game altogether. It'd be great to hear about that. Yeah. Mike DeLuca is mentioning how he runs away. He does run, but it's usually like one character that you run off. I think, anyway. I played you a few times, but not that many. So be interesting to see if their whole strategy seems to be run away, which looked really good here. Suzume had 4 spiders, for heaven's sake, and ran off with them.
A good, as someone pointed out, a good activation for Deaton next round could possibly be activating Beta Ray Bill, move forward, strike Voodoo, hopefully generate 1 power, and then pound him with that truck. That could very well daze him. And if it does, then game over, baby. But first, some double beaming.
Wow.
Looks like it's going to happen.
So who Oh, did Bill throw him? Crimson?
Yeah, possibly. Looked like a place.
Yeah. Ooh, that wasn't good. 2 hits, 3 hits into no saves. Damage reduction, though, makes it 2 damage going through. Crimson on 5 out of 6 with a spider.
Is this the drama we're looking for here?
Yeah, I don't know. But was that the end of the attacks? That was Beta Real Bill done?
I don't know. Why? Yeah, because he threw him first. So, yeah. It appears so.
Okay. So
Ooh.
Deaton's electing not to run him away.
Is he considering the Helios now?
Well, there's a bit more power on the table.
Yeah, it's 8, 9, 10, 12 dice. So he's got max 14 dice Helios, which is nothing to be sneezed at.
Yeah, but
it's
not
about
7 damage. 7 damage. Not including
7
any save.
or 8 if you count the clean and if you expect the clean and sweep, and then ignore cover. So and Voodoo maybe roll 2. So I don't like those odds.
No,
I really don't.
Nope. Homing rockets though.
Sure. Or Beta Ray Bill moving up.
Yep.
Punching him. Throwing a
size 4 truck into him.
Or warming up with a beam or double beams by Crimson Dynamo. He does not have cover because he's so close. Will mean that he's risking because I mean Beta Ray Bill is gone, so if he manages to take out either of those characters with a lucky spike on either of those beams, then Dynamo is pretty safe. Or if he manages to get either of them down to like 1 damage, he could kill them with Heroes for Hire throw.
I don't know. He's still thinking about it. Whatever he's up to. It'd be fun if he moved and then placed himself and then beamed down all 4 characters. That'd be so crazy. But it looks like he's just going to head beam Strange and Wong. Poor Wong. Caught in the crossfire again.
Energy attacks into Strange is not really great because if he rolls a wild, which he does, he gets to change a hit to a blank and generate an extra power.
Yeah.
So reverse Pierce, basically.
Yep. And into Wong. So no damage into Sexy Strange. And Wong... Oh, God. Oh, dice are failing now. Deaton's dice are completely cold.
Ooh. Yeah, so I don't really see the point of that beam.
Me neither.
I I think he would have been better off beaming the 2-bit sticks, Voodoo and
Fury.
Fury.
Mm-hmm. Looks like
Possibly shocking Fury would be good.
Looks like he's going to do an attack instead into Strange. Must be his suspender? 3 hits. Oh, 2 saves already with a crit. And yeah, 3rd save. No damage.
Oof.
But shocks him.
But shock.
And then into Wong. So another beam. 2 hits with a crit, but 1 save so far. Yeah, 3 hits into 1 save, so 2 go through. Wong's still alive on 1.
Gets to bounce.
And Crimson will also, looks like he's going to use his place ability. Oop, it's a little too far. So he's on the back edge of that securing point, but he's only on 1 hit point left. And incinerated. That's it, Crimson done. Not very impressed.
I mean, if Suzume can kill Dynamo as well as Iron Man,
Wong heals himself.
Get the spider off of him.
Sorry, Wong heals himself, and I think, I forget who, somebody else, and then calls it a day. Sorry, go ahead.
Yep. If Suzume can somehow get the spiders off of Dynamo and Iron Man, then and score his home point, he could actually pull this off, but I'm having a hard time seeing it working out.
Oh god, the dice are really shitting on him now. He attacked Wong. Iron Man attacked Wong and didn't do anything.
Right.
And I think now Helios is happening. I think.
Oh yeah.
So
all
a lot
the
of power
is disappearing.
Yeah.
Not the biggest of Helioses.
No.
And also, there goes the possibility to use Heroes for Hire on Dynamo.
Oh god, 8 blanks.
That's not going to do it.
Oh god.
That's not going to do it. That is not going to do it.
Oh god.
Oh my god, this is a turnaround. This is a big turnaround.
Yeah. He puts friggin' Voodoo's on 5 out of 6 though. Man, 1 more hit. Oh no. Oh, Deaton. Oh man.
He
Oh man, that sucked. Crimson blew it, and Iron Man almost pulled it out of the bag. Just didn't make it happen.
So Voodoo can possess Iron Man.
I gave him all that power. It's on top of it, yeah.
Run for the hills. Then Fury could activate, try to kill Dynamo. Oh, is it a double possessed?
Oh god.
Probably.
Yeah, why not?
First possess Crimson Dynamo, then possess Iron Man.
Oh
take
god.
both of their
Ooh. Ooh. He is
Lord.
punishing Deaton hard for that move.
Certainly is. Certainly is. I think that the other way around would have been better. Possessing Iron Man first and then Crimson Dynamo, and then keeping the Brother Daniel token on Dynamo, since he is actually on. Oh, he's possessing
Luke.
another
yeah,
one.
He's put it on Luke. He put it on Luke. And then just runs away.
Oh, so he can't. Oh, so he can't go to a. so he can't contest
Oh God, he's
points later. Oh man, yeah,
Suzume.
okay.
Oh man. So, only Beta Ray Bill can pick up a extract at this point on Deaton's side.
Yep.
Oh. Oh man.
Ooh,
Wow.
this
Oh
is getting tense now.
yeah. How does Deaton pull out of this?
He, I mean, he does have the reach to get to Fury.
So
Strike him, do 1 damage, throw the truck.
all right, so I think he's attacking
Who is he
Wong.
striking? Is it? It looks like it.
Yeah.
Because Wong could pick up a spider and skedaddle.
3 hits. Yep. So he does the 1 damage he needs to get rid of Wong, who also drops. No, he didn't have spider. Beg your pardon. So Wong's knocked out.
Ironbound Books is back.
Ironbound Books is back. Yes. And
If we have another round.
let's see, where is this bloody truck get thrown finally? No, he's picking up the spider instead. Oh no, yeah, he had power to do both. And now he throws the truck, ladies and gentlemen. He throws the bloody truck into Nick Fury.
If Nick Fury blocks nothing here, then the game is.
He blocks 2 with a crit. Oh no. He blocks 2. He takes 3 damage.
Yep. Oh my god. And Luke Cage can still do significant damage with his attacks. So, okay, so he's bouncing. Likes to bounce away there. Okay.
Wong off the table, and now the leadership triggers, so he's good to move 1. Oh, where does he move? Oh, this is really tense. Oh, come on. Ugh.
So he wants to stay within 3 of Bill. He could generate enough power to put down his agents and do 2 spenders, possibly, if the agents manage to do 1 damage with their first attack.
Here they come.
That they get for free from the spender. Ooh. Yeah. And when he places the agents, they automatically get to grab whatever extracts within 1.
Oh, jeez. God, my Shadowland ninjas are so sad. Sucks.
Yeah, they're the worst grunts in the game.
So annoying.
Not to say they're bad, but least good.
Yeah. It's 3 hits rather, into no saves. That was into Beta Ray Bill, so he's going to take 2 damage by virtue of his
only 6 dice? Oh, I did a normal, just a normal attack and not a spender. Okay. I expected him to do the spender. Now he's going to do a spender. Needs to do 2 damage. Mm-hmm.
Heroes for Hire got played.
There it is.
Heroes for Hire got played. So Beta Ray Bill's the victim of a second attack, but he's going to go on Luke instead. Deaton just deciding where to place him. This was very helpful. This might save Deaton's bacon.
Oh, for sure.
Here we go. The defense rolls into... Oh, sorry. No defense. No defense, and the attack roll is 3 hits. No crits. 3 hits. Damage reduction means 2 damage goes through, which he can take, no problem. And now the throw happens on Nick Fury.
Yeah, basically the agents need to kill Cage now, because otherwise, I think he.
Was that the agents who we hero for hires? No, maybe.
No, this is the agent's free move.
Oh, I see. Well, where's the throw then?
He wants to get them as far away as possible. Maybe he elected not to do the throw to keep Fury within 2
I see.
for taunting later.
I see.
Deaton cannot win this round because Luke is possessed, but he can take away at least 1 more point from Suzume.
Luke's still to go.
Yep. So he can easily kill the grunts, or he could just double tap Fury and the grunts will go away automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the throw, because it's after the attack is resolved, and the grunts getting the move and the attack is also after the attack is resolved.
Okay, so the attacker gets to do his first, or has to do his first. Got it. Maybe you're right though. Maybe he's just maybe he's electing to leave him there,
so that he can punch him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Punch, not bad. 3 with a crit.
Oh, there it is.
No saves. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Bye Fury.
Fury gone, and that means the grunts go away too, and they're going to drop their token.
Yep.
Wow. Really important. That was Heroes for Hire, folks. And that's it. Nick off the table, and the grunts should go soon thereafter.
Yep.
And that means Crimson survives despite the plane of Poldark.
Maybe a casual punch into Bill or Strange. Looks like Bill.
Yeah.
What if he double wilds?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, end of the round. Amazing. I haven't been keeping track of the score actually because it's so exciting.
Yeah. Suzume is about to go to 13. And Deaton is about to go to 15. So the game has swung.
Whew.
The game has swung.
This is nuts.
Now Suzume needs to do something really extraordinary. I really don't see this turning around. Even if Doctor Strange has an amazing round where he teleports in and spenders all of 4 of Deaton's characters there, Deaton still has the points he needs to win on Widow and Sam. So I think this is starting to look like it's over, but
it's time now. People are worried about.
Yeah.
Death clock is in effect. So this is Voodoo rolling for his spider, and he fails, so he gets to move forward probably. Yep.
At this point, I think Deaton is almost best served just moving Voodoo away so he can't impact the game at all, because in a status quo, Deaton wins.
Strange fails as well. He gets to go away. Interesting choices.
Yep.
Interesting choices. Because Strange is holding a spider too. I think this is Widow rolling for. Looks like Deaton survived all of his rolls. I didn't see anybody move. So now we're getting into the game round proper, round 5. And Suzume has priority yet again.
Yep. Strange needs to kill at least 2 characters. Otherwise, I really don't see this. Maybe I can't see a way for him to reach out and touch Black Widow. So Deaton is scoring at least 2 points, getting him to 17. If Suzume then manages to score 5, that would be an 18-17. So theoretically, but then Sam needs to die.
Suzume hasn't
And that is
started his clock. I hope he does soon. I'm still thinking about stuff. Clock's
Thank you, sir.
Clock. Hit the clock. Beep. Hit that clock. Yeah, they've forgotten the clock. But I think both players have been pretty even on time and have been moving along. As you can see, they're both about the same amount of time, and this is the last round of the game, so clock has served its purpose anyway. Unless this turn turns into another hour long, that would be bad. I opened my mouth too soon. All right, looks like Strange is going to teleport himself. Yeah, spiders aren't on the clock, guys, but spiders are way done already. This is Suzume thinking about what he wants to do, and now is actually moving stuff, so it should be on the clock. So that's the teleport done. 2 actions left.
Yep. And Strange is also shocked. There are not a ton of damage points left on Deaton's characters there. 2 on Bill, 2 on Cage, 1 on Dynamo, 3 on Iron Man. So if Strange does an attack and generates 1 power, he could do his Spender, which is an area attack.
This is Strange into Beta Ray Bill. He's rolled 4 hits into 2 saves. Also with damage reduction, probably essentially 3 saves.
Pierce.
Oh, got Pierce? Okay. So that'd be 2 going through if he spends the power. He elects not to. Unless I did the maths wrong. And so that means he drops a spider.
No, it's 4 into what? Given the Pierce. So even if he reduces, he doesn't
survive.
survive.
Did 2. Yeah, okay, cool. So he takes out Beta Ray Bill.
No reason to.
And drops a spider.
Yep.
All right, that's it for Strange, is it?
Yep, this is Sam's leadership now.
Oh, thank you, Sam's leadership.
Which we've almost forgotten because this is the first time Suzume days the character in round 5.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the clock going.
Yay. And so Strange then decides to teleport Crimson further away.
No, this is Crimson moving.
Oh, is he was this
Sam's
thing?
leadership
Oh, sorry. He was looking at Iron Man.
And then removing the Incinerate on top of that.
Yeah, Incinerate and damage and movement.
He looks positioned to go get that spider in the corner.
Yeah. Right. All right. Still got one action left to go. And a superpower.
Yep.
Maybe moving Iron Man.
I think he needs to kill Iron Man.
Iron Man on 3 hit points left.
He could use Scalpel of Strange to teleport up his own Beta Ray Bill and put him in a position to threaten Black Widow, actually.
Well, he goes after Luke Cage instead.
Yep.
Okay.
He has fewer damage points left. I don't know if he spent for Too Dangerous to Ignore, maybe?
Oh, possibly. In case he's been able to daze him.
That's enough.
And he gets his Brother Daniel token back.
Yeah. So now Iron Man gets to leadership move. Ooh, putting himself in a position to kill Voodoo, which would also end the game effectively. So Strange could teleport Beta Ray Bill here. Teleport him up the board. But that means he cannot pick up the Spider Infected, which he really needs to do.
Choices.
Yep.
That's what makes the game great.
Yep.
So I think you're right, Huggy. Again, you read the board correctly. He's going to move Beta Ray Bill up. Okay, Suzume. What's the move?
I wonder if he would have clocked.
Yeah, I know. It was about 4 minutes, somebody mentioned.
Yep.
Looks like he's going to move Bill. Nope. Maybe not. Okay. It's an important move. Okay. Whoa, he decides to do nothing.
Yeah, he needs to. Beta Ray Bill needs to pick up the spider before he goes.
All right,
I mean, he could have teleported him up like slightly.
Yeah. Iron Man rolls 2 hits with a crit, and the crit rolls into, I don't think anything, into 2 saves, so nothing. He needs to do 1 damage into our Voodoo, and he tries it again.
Yeah.
Big roll here. Oh God, 1 crit. Into 2 saves, nothing. Fail. Oof.
Man, if he had teleported Beta Ray Bill up slightly, still within 1 of the spider, then I think Beta Ray Bill could reach the middle point with 1 move. Then he could have done 1 attack into Crimson Dynamo, move up to the middle, throw Sam off after Sam is gone, and then put Voodoo on his home secure. That would actually win in the game.
All right, Beta Ray Bill is activating on Suzume's side. He's picking up that spare spider. And I'm going to guess run away.
Too early. He needs to pass. But okay.
Oh, maybe he's going to try to take out Crimson Dynamo. This is on Deaton's clock. Not good.
Nope.
Guys getting tense here this last round. Decides to move Beta Ray Bill forward.
No, now the clock is on Suzume again.
Okay, Beta Ray Bill has 1 action left. And could throw. Yeah, it looks like he's going to throw Dynamo out of the way.
Mm-hmm. I think Dynamo needs to die for this to work.
And
I
he moves
still
him
don't
further
see.
back,
Yeah, no.
back away.
Yeah, this. I think the train has left the station. We've been wrong before, though. Voodoo also already carrying a spider. Why is he measuring to?
Oh, he might have forgotten. Sometimes I do forget that too. You like get so worried about picking up the spider when you're just like, oh, wait a minute, he can't. That's all he has left too is Voodoo.
He's
Maybe worrying about the attack or getting
yeah,
possessed.
he's seeing if he can. Yeah, exactly. If he can place Sam in such a way that he can't be attacked by Voodoo, then that also seals the deal.
All right.
Yep. Smart move, smart measurements by Deaton.
Wow. That is just about
There it
there.
is.
Oh, we missed it. Wow. Okay. Sam Wilson. Oh dear.
Long movers.
Wow.
They're pretty good.
Turns out. Good story.
Still on Deaton's clock.
Yeah.
But it's on Deaton to clock over.
Fair.
Again, I think, yeah, because it basically makes that clock was not a factor in this game, because if they had clocked over properly, then I think Suzume
would have run out of time already
by now.
Yeah.
So I hope that if Deaton clocks out, then they don't enforce it too hard, because that would be unfair, I think.
Oh, for sure. Suzume is eating up a lot of time here, just thinking about stuff when he wouldn't have had that time.
Yeah. Now they clocked over. Deaton doesn't need a whole lot of time. All he needs to, his two activations will likely be Crimson Dynamo moves to the middle point, Black Widow passes.
Yeah.
Or just does nothing.
Does nothing, yeah.
Or she just did.
Oh, okay. Right, so he must have passed. Suzume passed. Black Widow just activated because she's safe back there. And so it's back to Suzume to do something with Voodoo, dude. What did you expect was going to happen? What's the plan?
Yeah, he can't. He basically can't do anything, I think. So this is certainly winning the TTS league is certainly a big achievement that is being sought out by many prominent players across the globe.
Yep.
So as things look, Deaton is the one pulling it off, and big congratulations to him.
Yeah, wow. First time winner.
Unless we're missing something, which I don't think we are.
Is he going to try to double move onto that middle point?
Yeah, I don't think he has the movement for it. Nope.
Yeah, no.
Womp womp.
Nope. All right.
And now Deaton moves Dynamo to the middle, and the game is over.
Wow. What a crazy game, back and forth. My goodness. As usual with these high-level games, these players just they do well, and then the other player figures out a way to get back on top again, and then the other one does
Yeah,
as well. It's just crazy.
we got the drama, and it was a real aggressive, hard opening by Suzume. He looked to be in control until around the second half of round 2, and Deaton kept a cool head and clawed back in a very impressive manner here.
Yeah. Well,
Very
congratulations
good game.
to Jacob Deaton. Amazing to see both of these players. Really good stuff. Shall we go over there, Huggy Bear, and have a chat with them?
Absolutely.
All right, guys, please put your questions in the chat. I know you've been saying a lot of things along the way, so please do write some questions for us to ask these players, because there was so much going on in this game. There we are. Hello.
In the 30 dice, he got 8 hits, 1 crit, and 0 wilds in 30 dice.
Yeah, just astounding, right? Like, that's one of those, as soon as you do it, I'm like, okay, Crimson's dead.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Crimson's dead. Worst case, he's living on like 1 or 2. I did not figure on like, oh no, I only do 1 damage to Crimson Dynamo. That was not on the scorecard.
Hey, gentlemen, this is Dr. Norbert here with Huggy Bear.
Hey
guys.
Hey guys.
Thank you so much again for letting us stream this finals game. It's a huge thrill to be able to watch you guys playing, and everybody in the stream really enjoyed the match today.
Thank you for streaming it.
Yeah, thanks. It was good.
Yeah, really good. So there's loads of chat questions coming in, but I'm going to start right at the beginning with the rosters. I mean, Life, your choice of characters is really interesting. Insofar as your roster build in the first place, and then also what you ended up taking on in this particular match. Tell us a little bit about what was going through your mind when you picked this particular team.
Well, there was sort of there's 2 main branches to this list. You either go Midnight Suns, and Midnight Suns means you're basically all in Immortal Hulk, or you're running Convocation Jank. With Prio, I felt like Convocation Jank might have been the stronger play, because like you saw, I grabbed 4-1 extracts early.
Yep.
Could not stay alive and hold on. Yeah, the Hulk plan, I'd only be dropping 4 models on the table.
So, but the controversy is that you treated us to a really interesting match where you grabbed those 4 secures and then did the retreat play, which was really fascinating to watch. But on the other hand, you had Demons Downtown on the table as well, and Immortal Hulk and Midnight Suns thrive, I think, on that kind of a centralized secure thing. Why did you decide to go the direction you did?
So typically the plan with this list is if you're running your extracts, it's more the Convocation side. Convocation is, in my opinion, the best extract team in the game. They are, however, not the best brawlers.
Interesting.
Yeah, so my secures are kind of brawl focused. So we ended up with a situation where it's effectively one of my extracts and one of my secures. So I could have gone, it was a coin toss. Do I go to my brawly side or my point scoring side? This list still has both Bill and Voodoo are still immune to Incinerate.
Yep.
Yeah. Deaton came in aggressive. I was not planning to abandon the middle quite so fast, but he came in aggressive, and my defense dice, well, they existed in that I rolled them. The defense part mostly wasn't there.
Yeah. We were wondering, holding on to the secures, did you think you retreated a bit too late? Or sorry, beg your pardon, too early. In other words, you abandoned the secures too early and so weren't holding on to those extra points?
I maybe did. The issue is that both like Fury took 5 damage turn 1, Voodoo took 5 damage really fast as well. At that point, Wong is not a courageous man known for holding aggressive points. He likes to camp out where it's safe, where they've got the marshmallows.
Sorry to chip in.
Yeah,
Is that where you think the game turned in Jacob's favor, where those two early spikes, or
that certainly helped. I think without that, I would not have been. I wouldn't have been pushing backwards so much, right? Like as long as there's health on my guys, I don't feel like I need to fall back. But when you get to the point where you have 1 health left on a character, kind of feeling like you don't want to leave them near 6 Avengers.
Yeah, it certainly forced you into a couple of first really defensive activations rather than doing something proactive.
Go ahead, Huggy Bear. Do you have some more questions for Life for the mid game? Because we'll talk about the end game next.
Yeah, I guess we've already touched it, but I was curious about your excellent first round. Were you, when you ended that round, were you happy with how it turned out, or was there something that didn't go according to plan? Obviously, the 5 damage on Fury, but
yeah,
well,
that part
that is
wasn't
something
according to plan. Everything else, the most of the rest of that went according to plan. What actually messed me up is at the start of the next turn, both Fury and Strange failed their spider infected, ended up further from each other. Because otherwise, my first action the next round would have been Fury double jogs to Strange to back here and cover, and just gets patched up for 5.
Okay, so then the big question on everybody's mind here in the late game was, why did Beta Ray Bill throw Crimson Dynamo instead of trying to take him out?
More leadership triggers aren't good. I probably, looking at it in the end, I probably should have tried to take him out. Just to reduce the amount of scoring on the table. The issue is if I take him out, or no, Iron Man's already done the thing, so Iron Man can't assemble, but Sam would definitely assemble forward and probably be in a more probably in a spot where he could charge and throw into Voodoo.
So you're worried that even though the game would be tied after round 5, that round 6 then would be devastating anyway?
Well, because the thing is, even if I took out Dynamo, like Dynamo was only a 1-point swing there.
Oh, I see.
So
I think people
he ended up 2 points up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just looking at it. I thought somebody had worked it out that it had been 18-18, but that I didn't do the math myself, so I might be wrong.
No, the one I could have tried for instead would be to take out Sam. I could have tried throwing a Summon the Storm into him and just hope I got lucky.
Sure.
But my dice mostly weren't on the lucky front.
Where do you think that things? I mean, you felt pretty secure at the beginning. I mean, of course, there's the 2 spikes into your 2 characters, so they're kind of under threat. But where do you think the game actually got away from you? Because it's, it went back and forth. You were in a really strong position, and then Deaton kind of pulled it together. But then you look like you had a good round 4 as well.
Yeah, 3 is where things went poorly. Because 3, I'd activated. I realized partway through the round that my only guys that hadn't activated were my guys that already had spider infected. I think I'd had Strange and Voodoo were like my last 2 people standing that round.
Right.
And they both already had spider infected. So it was kind of like, I can't pick up more spider infected now. This is just what it's going to be.
Yeah.
There was also the really crucial point maybe where Sam threw his shield into Wong, got the ricochet, and did the last point of damage to Beta Ray Bill. Which in the end meant that 1 spider went from your hands to Jacob's hands.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, 3 is where it fell apart because the first 2 turns I managed to hold on to 4 spiders at the end of the round, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And turn 3, I was down to 2.
Yeah.
Which is not,
It's not the way to win.
not ideal. Yeah.
Well, Life, any other thoughts you want to share before we jump over to Jacob?
Jacob played a great game. He kept me on my back feet pretty much the whole time.
Interesting.
I was hoping that he would string out more. Actually, in some cases, I probably retreated a bit too much because there came times when I'd activate Voodoo and be like, Voodoo can't do a super aggressive push to the far side right now because I have him way back here. But Voodoo was on no health forever, so
Yeah.
I don't feel like he could be that aggressive.
Well, look, Life, it's amazing for you to have gotten this far. I understand you were in season 9 as well in the finals, so getting to the finals twice now. I'm sure you would have loved to win it, obviously, but I mean, this is no small feat. So congratulations on making it this far and having a great game.
Thank you.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah, we hope to see you in season 12 trying to duke it out again.
I'll be there.
Excellent. All right, let's go over to the big winner. You are the season 11 champion, Jacob Deaton. Tell us how it feels.
Well, first, I just want to say, thank you to Leaf for a great game. That was a nightmare, mostly because I don't play that way most of the time. So I like to run away with things. So just all credit to him for putting me, like he said, on that back foot.
Yeah.
Credit to Leaf for a great game. I mean, it feels great. What can you say, right? It's super exciting. A lot of great games and players on the way here.
Were you one of the 5-1 type people getting into this, or were you 6-0?
I was 5-1. I lost to Sooner. We both play Avengers, and so we agreed in that game to not play Avengers and then no big boys. So we played X-Men versus Hellfire Club, and he paid to flip me, just paid to flip in Logan and ruined my day. So that was the loss, but but it was good.
Yeah. So let's talk about this straight out of the gate, because I've seen you play with these Avengers and you're very mobile. You're taking things down, this and that. This game seemed entirely different. And from our, Life said, is it Life or Leaf? Sorry. Leaf saying how he felt he was on the back foot. We felt you were on the back foot just watching it, because he was retreating away and you weren't getting any power. You weren't getting anywhere. You weren't doing much damage. How did you feel about the opening 2 rounds of this game?
It made it really easy, quite frankly, because I was behind. Leaf had a better plan than I did, a better deployment than I did. And that kind of allowed me to, because it was so bad turn 1 and 2, and most of the way through 2, it allowed me to sort of turn my brain off and say, all right, let's roll some dice, and kind of get into that mode a little easier, because if the dice don't go my way in this game, I lose, right? That's just what has to happen at that point. And I have to make good plays to get there, but the fact that it worked could just as easily not have worked.
Right.
And I don't want to take away from either of us as players, but that just getting into that mindset was so important for me, because it's like, all right, let's get up there and let's do it. And I was able to have certainly some big swings. More importantly, Leaf didn't block the medium swings throughout the game, which is a lot of what happened, right? Like I had a couple of really good hits, but I had a lot of like middling hits that worked and slipped through. So
right,
it was just kind of a how do I stay in the game and minimize, and what that really does is it changes the way you play from like an activation order perspective. It's like I have to take out his models, but I have to do it in a way that he can't then just pick up the spiders, and I have to take out 2 models. And that's another really fun puzzle that I don't get to deal with very often. So
yeah. Would you agree then, though, that the ricochet off of Wong killing or dazing Bay Ray Bill was the key moment for you in this game?
Yeah, probably. It was a big moment, not only just from the board state, it was a big moment mentally, because it was like I was able to get one of those kind of little the rinky-dink shields from my 5 threat into to go through, and it kind of the series of events just kind of works, right? And being able to get that through, it was like, okay, I feel really good about, things are starting to go my way a little bit, and I just need to press.
Yeah. But what about that then? In the late game, you had Crimson Dynamo stuck in really deep, and he decided to beam a couple of times and didn't do anything at all. It was really sad. If you remember that point, he had 2 targets and 2 beams, did nothing. Instead of just running away with him to try to score some other points, what was going on there?
I want to Helios at some point, and I had no power. So my thought was, I can go in like I knew that my path to victory was using an attack at some point, or that's what I figured. Maybe it wasn't. I'd have to go back and look, but I wasn't going to kill Fury or Voodoo regularly enough with 2 5-die things, and like we saw with Iron Man's activation, just rolling dice at Voodoo gives him power, and so I don't want them bumping. I don't want them, Leaf still had fallback, so it's like if he falls back and bumps, like does he get into a weird, really good position for him to be safe and then be able to punish me? And so it's like if Wong bumps, I don't really care. What's Wong gonna do? I mean, obviously MCP dice are those, but so I was just trying to build power so that either this round, if Dynamo lives via a pass or some weird dice, or the following round I can Helios, which ended up not working out for me, but.
Okay. Yeah, and so that was the thing. You put it all into Helios, and people were quite worried because, okay, you almost got him. You were 1 shy yet again. You kept getting 1 shy a lot of this game. But you didn't have then things like Hero for Hire online any longer because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I got bailed out, right? That was a greedy play. If it works, it feels great. When it doesn't work, it can be a little challenging, and it didn't. And I think that really sort of put pressure on the next couple rounds. I like getting lucky with Strange rolling a spider. We haven't even said how inequitable those were, but getting pushed to the board edge, and having not only having 9 power, so he can't scalpel and then immediately area attack. He's got to kill something, which gives me triggers. It's just like a lot of those 1 damage things. Like I left stuff on 1, but a lot of the little things went my way throughout the game.
Yeah. Okay. Huggy Bear, any questions for Jacob?
Yeah, I was curious about your team composition because when I saw the crisis combination, I was dead certain that we were going to see both Beta Ray Bill and Voodoo in both teams, but you decided to go super wide instead. What was your reasoning behind leaving Voodoo out of this?
I was scared of Immortal Hulk. So I think in a lot of ways I could bring my own Hulk if I want to play into that. But we talked a little bit about this early. Between Plane of Poldock and then Immortal Hulk on the Midnight Sun side, Hulk is like maybe just ends up getting murdered and thrown into my guys a bunch. So I didn't want to bring my own Hulk. And then with Dynamo, I figured between him and Bill, I could sort of protect myself against the throws a little bit better. And I actually just can't run for 3/4s in the list is a problem with it at 19. So
yeah.
So yeah, Voodoo's good, but he's like we saw here with Leaf's thing. It's a little limited, right? Because he can only hold 1, so he can turn things off and he can have big turns. But being able to like scoop everything and stop people from scoring, it's more of I'm going to put pressure on you to respond.
Yeah, and we have seen some impressive Voodoo plays from your end earlier in the cut. So that's that, among other things, is what made me curious about that particular thing.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted him. I was like, oh, is there any way I can do this? And the answer just ends up being no, can't fit all of it.
Nice one.
Yeah, we were a bit sad to not see the Hulk, the dueling Hulks, but it's very understandable for you to realize that you would be on the back foot there.
This is 5 versus 6 wide, no size 4s. This is God's MCP.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. real classic. It was really great to watch, and once again, big congratulations on taking home the virtual trophy.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's been great following along.
Yeah, big congratulations to you, Jacob. Thanks so much again for both of you, but for letting us stream the match. Thank you to my dear co-host, Huggy Bear. Fantastic way to end the season. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Norbert. It's always a pleasure doing streams with you, and these finals are something in particular. Once again, we have gotten to watch a real top quality game, and doing it with you means everything.
Thank you so much. I feel the same way. And thanks to everybody in the chat. You guys were really active today, really enthusiastic about the game, about the players, and about MCP. So lovely to have you along. If you're watching this and you're all the way through, congratulations. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, blah, blah, blah. But more importantly, do think about joining Season 12. Season 12, the games start the 4th of September. So you need to be signed up before that Monday. So you need to be signed up by Sunday at the latest, preferably earlier. But anyway, think about it. Basically the beginning of September, very early September. Be sure you're signed up and play. Everybody is welcome, not just top level players. Every kind of player is welcome into the league. We design it to be helpful to new players as well as to experienced players. So don't feel worried about it, and you get to play with lots of people that you'd never really get to meet in real life. So it's a really fun social event as well as a gaming event. So hope you can do that. And so with that, everybody, have a great month off as we do a hiatus here in August, and we hope to see you for Season 12 of the MCP TTS Leagues. Thanks and good night.
Good night.